What is the most egregious display of wealth you've ever personally seen? When I worked at Blue, Justin Bieber spent a stupid amount of money just to ski. He tried to rent the whole resort to make it private, but they wouldn't let him, which I still think is hilarious. This area also has dozens of houses that are all valued well over $10 mil. That all sit empty. They're just buildings that billionaires bought on a whim. During college I worked at a place selling very high-end patio furniture in the richest DC suburb. One day a Washington Redskin comes in and buys a custom patio furniture set for his deck and pool area. Total cost for 10 pieces was over $24,000. He paid cash and I set up delivery for 6 weeks later because the furniture had to be made at the manufacturer. 3 weeks later he was cut by the team. I called when the order came in and he said, "Oh, I'm in the Caribbean now. Think I'm selling that house 3. Think I'm going to retire. You like the furniture?" Me. "Yeah." Him. "You can have it. Thanks for being a fan." 14 years later and I still have that furniture and the fanciest patio setup in my middle-class neighborhood. I used to be an optician in a very high-end optical shop. I had a customer spend $15,000 on glasses in 1 hour. He was wearing overalls covered in paint and dirt. No one else wanted to help him. I approached and began to help him when he decided he wanted to look at Cartier glasses. The Cartier case is always locked and the key is in the owner's office. So I politely excused myself and on my way to retrieve the key. My coworkers were warning me to be careful. He just wants to steal the eyewear. My co-workers were all dumbfounded when I walked to the back to ring up his order on the credit card machine. As I asked, "How do I ring up $14,995? Manager's mouth dropped to the floor. Turns out customer is Andre Rieu. Best commission check ever. And I still hold the company record for highest sale. So I'm told. I have a friend who was employed by a very famous old pop star. She lived on site to his mansion, which itself was a very cute cottage, and was paid more than I am with no rent or bills for said cottage. Her job? To open the curtains of his bedroom in the mornings, put on classical music and gently wake him up for the day. That sounds sexual. It wasn't sexual. More like, hey big star. I know you're still sleepy but it's time to get up, etc. My boss owns a $15+ million cottage. He likes to entertain and throws some pretty wild parties. His wealthy neighbors down the lake complained about the noise and frequently called police. One day they saw him on the street and told him smugly that they had a generous offer on their cottage and they were moving. "I know," said my boss. "I bought it." I watched a guy land a helicopter in a field across the street from me and pick up a passenger. 20 minutes later, the helicopter returned and the passenger stepped out with a Starbucks coffee. What movie has the best 10 opening minutes? Saving Private Ryan. Raiders of the Lost Ark. 28 weeks later. That zombie chase is one of the most heart-pounding scenes. I have that song in my workout playlist, always makes the hair on my neck stand up. Full Metal Jacket. 10 minutes opening is a brilliant comedy sketch. Then the movie begins. One of my favorite movies. Dawn of the Dead. Star Wars. Back in 1977. There was nothing that even came close. Usually movies had some opening credits. A bit where they introduced the plot or the characters. And you went from there. Star Wars? Titles. Crawl. Here's a planet. How did they do that shit? Here comes a ship. Awesome. Wait. Here comes another spaceship. Holy shit, why is it so big? There's some explosions. Robots. Guys with laser guns. Another explosion. Wait. What's that? Is he a robot? An alien? Why is he dressed in black? What's with the wheezing? And it goes from there. Thing is, By 1978, everyone was trying to replicate that mind-blowing intro in some way. And they all failed. What is the least attractive name? My mom wanted to name me Deethany, like Bethany but unique. My mom wanted to name me Shagufta. No matter what the ethnicity or country of origin of the person I tell this to, they can't stop laughing. No, that is not my name. Thank goodness for my dad. Rifle, like rifle. Gobnate, it's an Irish name and it's so ugly. My real name is Tuna, I might win this one. Homer used to be good, named after a famous writer. Now you only think of The Simpsons dunce. What tiny thing pisses you off? Whenever I'm finally super comfy in bed and then I suddenly get the urge to use the bathroom. Any sticker that you can't peel off in one piece. Absolutely infuriating. Mosquitoes. Leaving kitchen cabinets open. Or when the sticker comes off. But the industrial grade, NASA certified glue that they used leaves a residue on the product that seems to never come off. No matter what solvent you may try to use. That spot is always sticky. Pisses me right off. Having to wait for someone after the agreed upon time. What's something that people make way too big a deal of? Being right. Fuck me if the world wouldn't be a better place if we all once in a while questioned our assumptions and changed our minds based on new data and ideas. More civilizations than you can shake a stick at have gone to shit because grown adults will sit. They're like children with their eyes shut and their fingers in their ears shouting, I can't hear you. Quote. Edit. Not my original thought. But. Carl Sagan. https. u2.be/wuptix1e2g. One side of the mote of dust is fighting the other side of dust because they're absolutely sure they're right. I'm always sad if people make a huge deal out of their 2 or 5-year-olds being smart, or even advanced, when many people seem to lose interest in the question if their kids are happy in school. By the age they're 10, 12? What phone you use? 1 centimeter of snow. Celebrities. A movie star, musician, or athlete is an entertainer. People get obsessed with them, going so far as to hang on their every word and action for no other reason than fame. A random stranger on internet having different opinion. If you could bring back one thing from the 90s, what would that be? Pre-9/11 sense of hope for the future. $20 being enough for a night out on a Saturday. Saturday morning cartoons. Lack of social media. My boobs pointing up instead of down. Subscribe, my brothers.